Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to our much anticipated two-day workshop, Edit with the Editors, a hands-on workshop on editing tools for beginners. And on behalf of the Editorial and Magazine Club of CliMed interns, it is my absolute pleasure to kick off this event. In today's digital age, editing skills are not just a luxury, but a necessity, whether you are a student, a professional, or someone who loves creating content. Mastering editing tools. I request everyone to turn their mics off so there is no disturbance while the class is going on. In today's digital age, editing skills are not just a luxury but a necessity, whether you are a student, a professional, or someone who loves creating content. Mastering editing tools can elevate your work and open doors to new opportunities. Over the next 2 days, we can aim to equip you with essential skills needed to navigate and utilize Canva, Word, and PowerPoint effectively. We have an exciting lineup sessions and activities planned for you. Today, we will begin with the foundational session of PowerPoint and Word, focusing on essential functions, formatting tools, and advanced features like transition and edits. Tomorrow, we will delve into Canva, where you will learn the basics and discover how to craft stunning social media posts and designs. Our sessions will be Club. Allow me to introduce them. With and Priya, who will take your to PowerPoint from basic editing functions to advanced tools and overlays. Brinda and Janchi, who will cover the essentials of Word, teaching you how to align the text, comment, and annotate effectively. Lastly, we have Isha and Safia, who will guide you to the world of Canva, sharing customization techniques and best practices for sharing and downloading your designs. We want this workshop to be interactive and engaging. Feel free to ask questions during the Q&A sessions after each module. Additionally, we also have a quiz competition at the end of the workshop designed to test your newfound knowledge and skills. Participants who score at least 50% in each section will receive an achievement certificate by the end of the session, and everyone attending will get a participation certificate. As we embark on this learning journey together, I remember that the goal is not just to learn, but to enhance your creativity and confidence in just using these powerful tools. By the end of this workshop, I'm sure you'll feel more equipped and inspired to apply the skills in the personal and professional projects. Now, I request all the participants to be ready with their laptops or desktops, and I hand over the session to Mohit and the speaker.
Okay, so thank you, Mansi, and good evening, everyone that is present here. First of all, I want to make sure that am I audible clearly? You can type in their messages in the chat box. Okay. So first of all, I'll be telling about the PowerPoint and basically what is PowerPoint and various tools that are used in PowerPoint. So first of all, I'm sure each and every one of you have uh, some day or the other day must have used PowerPoint. So you might be knowing the basics of PowerPoint. It is basically a tool given by Microsoft that is used to make presentations and include uh, various text, keywords, and images that can be used to convey the message of the presenter to the audience clearly and effectively. One more thing I want to add here is nowadays I have seen my fair share of presentations, and nowadays what people do is they just dump the text. They just dump the text in the PowerPoint and make that a sort of an article. So like getting the clearer view, it is not something that is provided by the PowerPoint. Like you don't have to dump the text, only the text, and make it sort of article. uh, PowerPoint is basically used to present your ideas and your views to the audience by use of keywords and messages. So like I request that from today onward, I hope that whenever you will be making presentations, you'll be using less text and more of images so that your presentation will be more effective and your message will be conveyed to the audience clearly. Moving on to the tools that we'll be learning in the PowerPoint. Let me share my screen. Okay, so first of all, I welcome you all again. First, we'll be learning about crop and fill tool. In this tool, basically what you do is you can either crop an image according to your need or fill the image to your need in the slide. I'll be sharing you an example. Let me just import an image of my choice. For example, if I use this image, most of the time what people do is they just drag this marker and just drag this and do this. So like it is not an effective way to clearly fill the image according to the ratio of this slide. So what you can do is instead of this, just go to the picture format tab and just use either crop or fill. By using crop, what you can do is you can just crop the image according to your need and just adjust the uh, part of the image that you need and then crop again so that the image will be cropped according to your need. Another aspect of this tool is the fill option. By using fill option, what you can do is you'll be getting these markers. You just have to drag the marker to where you want to drag the image and where you want the your image to be. Once you have dragged the markers, you just have to go to this option and again use the fill option, and the image will be filled according to your location of the markers. Easy and very simple. Next, we'll be talking about transparent overlays. So like this is the example of transparent overlay. And as you can see, this one, the intro slide that I've prepared is also an example of transparent overlay option. So what you can do is you just, most of the time what you do is if you use an image as a background, you will be having many difficulties while presenting any text that you will be having over the background. For example, if I say hello, welcome to today's workshop. As you can see, my text is not visible clearly over this image or background. So what you can do is instead of doing this, what you can do is insert a shape. Generally, we use rectangle for this. Just drag it over the background that you're using. Go to shape format and then decrease the transparency to your need. Like if I keep it at 40%, and choose the color according to my need, for example, this, and then paste the text again. So like as you can see, my background is also visible and my text message is also clearly visible. Uh, Transparent overlay, what basically do is it creates a barrier between your background and the front elements, that is your text or images that you will be using. And it is a very helpful tool in effectively giving your front elements while having a vibrant background so that your message will be conveyed very easily and properly. Next, we'll be learning about filling shapes. Filling shapes is basically, as the name suggests, you will be filling shapes and with the images that you want. So what you can do is, here is an example of what we'll be doing today. So like if I delete this whole thing, I'll teach you from the beginning. Most of the times when making presentations, what people do is they just insert an image. For example, if I insert this image and crop it according to my need, and then what people do generally is they just type in the text that they want to import. Okay, so one more thing, I use this command equal to lorem in bracket 2. What this does is it imports a junk text that majority of the sites use as an example of fonts. So like as you can see, this is the text, a junk text that I got. So like coming back to the filling shapes, majority of the people do this. instead of this, like it is a very monotonous slide, covering half of the slide with image and half of the slide with text. Instead of this, what you can do is import various shapes according to one's need. For example, I'll be using hexagon shape. Just rotate it. And then by holding control and dragging it, I can duplicate it. Be sure to have these shapes at equal distance so that it looks good. Okay, so what you can do now is select all these shapes that you imported and then go to shape format object, and under this go to this option, the bucket option, and then go to picture fill text. And as you can see, if I insert any image, the shapes will be having that image. Just a sec. Don't repeat this mistake that I did. What you have to do is before inserting the image that you will be using, you have to group all these shapes. Else you will be having duplicate copies of the images that will be importing. After grouping, what you can do is uh, again insert the shape according to one's need, insert the image, and then as you can see, I'm getting this sort of a design. You can change the background gradient according to your need, that go with the image, and there you have it. It is it is more effective uh, compared to the previous slide that I have, covering only half portion with image and half portion with the text. This is the example. Okay, so far so good. Everyone is with me. Can I get a yes or no if everyone is following again? Can you please again, which part, Spurti? Which part I have to repeat? Can you mention it? Okay, filling shapes one. What you have to do is you have to insert the shape of, okay, let me do this again. What you have to do is you have to insert the shape of that you need, and that will go well with your presentation. For example, I'll be using this shape, hexagon shape, and you can duplicate it using control and dragging it. Once I get a pattern that I want to use, once I get the pattern that I have to use, I'll be selecting all these shapes, adjust it according to my need, and then group it. We can group it using Control plus G. Okay. After we group it, you can go to format shape, right clicking the shape and using format picture. Click on this bucket icon and go to picture and or texture fill. Once you select this option, you will be having picture source, insert, and clipboard. Just go to insert and choose the image that you want to use. For example, if I use this, you'll be getting the image filled inside a shape. Okay, got it? A similar example of this is can be used using circle. This by using this technique in circles, you can create a brochure or a flyer. For example, if I'm using these destinations as my image, I can create a very effective brochure of a travel or tour agency. Or you can, if you use images of an individual, you can make an introduction about a team or something like that. You just have to repeat the same steps that I previously explained, and the result will be something like this. Okay. Next, I'll be explaining about the morph transition. Morph transition is basically a transition effect that is used to give smooth transition between a previous and your next slide. For example, if I go to this, just a sec. If I go to this and go to slideshow, okay, so this is my slide, and I've applied more transition in the next slide. So you will get something like this. You'll get it? Like it is a smooth transition between a previous and next slide. So what you have to do is you can import your image or a 3D model that you'll be using and just move the images or text that will be using in the morph transition. For example, I've used a 3D model of Earth. I've uh, made some made the image small, and I have kept it like this. And in the next slide, I've got the image big, the model big, and I've rotated as per my need. And you can write the information about the place that will be explaining in the text part. And you just have to apply, go to transition slide and go to morph transition, apply the morph transition, and then we'll be having something like this. One of the examples that I made using this is something like this. It is an example of using filling object and morph transition. So you can see I've uh, and using overlay also. I've put an overlay here. I've kept an image as a background and I've applied overlay here, and I've uh, written a text welcome, and I've subtracted that part of the text from the overlay so that the previous part is visible. And I've applied the morph transition. So what I did is you will see something like this. It is an effective way to make an interactive or like not interactive, a creative intro. Like this is my slide, and the next slide is something like this. Okay, got it? Okay, so next we'll be seeing about is the eyedropper tool. Eyedropper tool is an tool that you must have known about, but it is very underrated tool. So what this tool does is it takes up the color of your cursor, the place where the cursor is, and takes up that color and apply it to the text. For example, if I'm selecting this tool, this text, I just have to go to the text option, the option which gives the text the color, and choose eyedropper tool. And I want the text color to go with the images that I'm using. So for example, if I'm using this image as my subject, and I want this text to have color which goes with this image. So I'll be using eyedropper tool, and I can just choose the color that I want. You can see as I'm moving the cursor, the color that is getting highlighted is also changing. So if I move here, it is yellowish, and if I move here, it is teal color, dark teal. So like if I want to go with this color, like bluish color, you just have to click it, and your text should be having the color of the color that you chose. It is one of the very underrated tools, yet it is a very effective tool in making a presentation go with the subjects that or objects that you're using in the slide. Next is the slide and summary tool. It is a straightforward, as the name suggests, it makes up the summary of the entire presentation. You just have to go to insert tab and choose zoom option under the links, uh, zoom option, and then summary zoom. You'll be having a pop-up like this, and you can choose the slides that you want in the summary. It is a very effective way of making a table of content for your complete presentation. For example, I'll be taking crop and fill this slide, this slide, this slide, this slide, and this slide for my summary. And for example, this slide. Like if I select these and click insert, I'll be getting a summary section under my main slide. And as you can see, if I go into slide show option, I can choose these slides, and the slides that I chose will be getting bigger, and you can say it will be getting zoomed, and you can explain the contents of that slide without going to that slide directly. So that is the use of slide and share summary zoom option. Next, I'll be talking about PowerPoint add-ins. Add-ins is basically,
Sorry to interrupt you, but we are running out of time, so make it quick. And participants, the records will be provided to you, so don't ask him to repeat.
okay, so I'm just remaining with two tools. One is add-ins. Add-ins is basically a tool. It is somewhat similar to your extensions that you have on your Chrome. So like add-ins is basically you can add various options. As you can see, Chat GPT for PowerPoint, or if I want Pexels. Pexels is a good add-in to get your images. Like if I add Pexels, you just have to click it, search and click it, and you will have Pexels as an add-in. You will be having it in insert option. As you can see, I've already added the pixels option, and if I just click directly pixels, instead of leaving my presentation, PowerPoint presentation, and going to the browser and searching for an image, I can directly browse and for an image via this add-in. So like if I choose birds, you just have to click an image and then click on this option, the insert option. This is an insert option. So like I've already chosen an image that was taken from pixels. Uh, so like if I select this, as you can see, the image is inserted or imported from the site without me leaving the PowerPoint presentation and going to the browser. So like it is a very useful tool, add PowerPoint add-ins to import your fonts, images, text styles without leaving PowerPoint presentation. Next, and the last tool that I'll be explaining is the remove background. So like majority of the time, if we have to remove background from an image, what we do is we take up the help of background remover AI tools on the internet. So like instead of using that, you can directly use the inbuilt background remover tool that is present in the PowerPoint presentation. So like you just have to go to image, go to just a sec, go to picture format, and then here under the picture format ribbon, you'll be having remove background. The system will select automatically the subject that will be choosing, and remove the purple part will be getting removed. What you can do is you can select this option, mark areas to keep the areas that you want. For example, if I want this uh, branch in my image, I'll be highlighting this branch so that it will not be removed. And this option, mark areas to remove the unwanted part that don't want in the image. Now if I choose these and keep changes, you can see the background is completely removed from the image, and I've only have the subject that I wanted. So like you can use this image, for example, if I make this small and cut it and paste it here, you can see this image is going with the background. Like imagine it is a jungle and it is going with the background. So it is a very effective tool to remove the backgrounds or any unwanted part of the image that you don't need. So that's it from my side. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and in your coming presentation, you'll be using these tools. One more thing I want to add is there are various AI tools available on the internet, like presentation.ai simplified, popai.com, which can be used to make presentation with the help of AI. But then again, the fact comes that according to me, the fact comes that if you're using AI to make a presentation, and when you'll be presenting that presentation, you won't feel that sense of accomplishment or sense of success compared to when you will be making the presentation by your own, and it won't have the detailed explanation that or the elements that you want in the presentation compared to when you use the AI. So like if you are short on time, you can always go for AI, but if you have time, I suggest every one of you to make presentations by using these tools and basically making presentation by yourself. That's it from my side. I'll be giving the mic to my co-intern Priya, who will be explaining about more tools. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohit.
Hello, everybody. Is my screen visible now?
No, Priya.
Mansi, now?
Yeah, it is visible.
So let's dive into the workshop on PPTX, where we create the professional intro slide design trick. This is creating a professional layout. Let's start with the one. Choose a blank slide and you can insert this tool is used where you have to prepare a new slide. Like the intro slide should be very informative, very quick and eye-catchy for the viewers. We start with a table of, for example, 7 into 5, and then make it larger to the screen. The pen color, which is situated here, is chosen to the white, and the shading goes for the no fill. Borders go for the inside borders. Then we are supposed to add an image of our choice, which is attractive to us. Then even the image is dragged up to the size of the page. Now right click on the keyboard, send it to the back. After selecting the image, we can select the number of cells which we need to shape fill according to the color palette, whichever, and add text to it. For example, case presentation on so and so maybe. We can choose the cells and change the size and font of these. Make it look creative. This is the first, since it's the first presentation slide of the presentation, it should be very eye-catchy as to the viewers to listen and interactive. I have few more examples which I have already created. Let's have a look on them. Okay, guys. Shall I move further? Hello?
Yes.
Now let's dive into making a presentation as a magazine. So make a magazine presentation in PowerPoint, where we choose a pre-prepared file. This PowerPoint presentation, normal presentations go as a slide presentations, but here we are using the presentation which is very informative and looks clear with the slide like a magazine, how the magazine flips. For that, open any pre-prepared presentation or the prepared ones. Right click on it, on the grid and guides, add a vertical guide. And we have to right click again on the vertical guide and format the shape. Coming to the format shape, the fill goes for gradient fill of the vertical guide, and the direction of this should be right, linear right. The color obviously goes for black or whichever theme, whichever it suits. And the right side of the gradient, the transparency goes to 85%.
Sorry, yeah, I think your slides are not moving.
Pardon?
Your slides are not moving. It's still on that makeup presentation one.
Just a minute, ma'am. I'll just share again.
Sure.
Is it visible now? Excuse me.
Yes.
Hello,
It is
everybody.
Yes, it's visible now.
So the right one goes for the black colored theme with the transparency of 85, and the left gradient goes for the 100 transparency. And now we have to copy this gradient to every slide. We have to copy the one we made for the every slide and paste it. Then we have a presentation ready. Actually, I have pre-prepared it. Just have a look. I forgot to add that onto the transitions, we are supposed to choose for the page curl under the fade down follower ones. And the animation slideshow can be started. For example, this is the magazine flip cover, which looks very presentable and neat while you're presenting. Let me share the steps once again with you so all you can take a screenshot of it. Here you go, guys. Just inform once done so that we can move further.
We
Is it
can't see
visible? Excuse me.
We can't see Priya. Your screen is again stuck.
Ma'am, now?
Yeah, the slides are visible, but the transition, the activity you're doing on the slide is not visible. It is not moving for us.
Ma'am, try the slide once again. Can you please check? Can you all see it?
Yes.
The slides are moving, the transition slideshow.
No, we cannot see the transition, Ria.
Is the slide visible now? At least the case presentation on allergic disease.
Yes, it is visible.
And the slideshow. Are the slides flipping?
Yeah, now it is visible.
So like this, you can make your slides, and I'll just share the hacks which you can take a screenshot of. Is it visible, guys?
The slide is visible.
These are the steps which are used to create a magazine presentation using PowerPoint, and it looks very classy and interesting.
The slides are visible, but the presentation shows that other investigation slides, not the facts.
Priya, I guess you
Steps.
opened the wrong slide because we cannot see the steps. I guess we are on the wrong slide or something has happened.
I'll share the picture of this in the group. Is it fine?
Okay.
I think I have some
Yeah, are you
technical.
sharing your entire screen? Are you sharing based on the PPT? Just share your entire screen or desktop and try. That time it will move.
Now, ma'am?
Yes,
Yeah,
now
now
it
it's
is visible.
Should I show the magazine one once again? Just a slideshow, maybe?
oh, you can.
This is the magazine one we have created. And these are the steps how to create. You all can take a screenshot now.
ఏందేవన్నా
And I'm done with mine. Further, my co-interns will take up the charge. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Janshi, and I'm thrilled to be your facilitator for today's workshop on editing the Word app tools. Before we begin, I would like to tell that I was myself juggling with editing the Word documents. I know most of you are, like many of you, are familiar with using the Word app, but time is precious, and when we have assignments to cover, we need to think of some shortcuts or editing our streamlined process in a better way. So we will discover some ways to adjust the font sizes, styles and colors, and even apply the filters and many more things. So talking about the Word app, we know that Word has the ability to check the grammatical errors or the glitches that we make, so we don't have to worry about those, and it helps us to easily correct those errors. The status bar at the bottom of the window will help you keep the running account of your words. Just let me share the screen so you'll be able to know better. I hope the screen is visible to every one of you.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So you can see the status bar right down there. You can see the count of the words, which is easily available. For some cases or scenarios, it is important to get the count of the words. And the further is like when you can save the document easily. And auto saving is a technique which you can use if you have access to it. It can directly save your document. And as soon as you save the document, you also have the ability to share your document with many other people via your laptop or your phone or your tab, etc. And you can even add visuals, graphics, texts, references, and many more things if you want to edit your document. On the home tab that you can clearly see on the top, you can find various styles, headings that will help you to pick your relevant, tools that you want to prefer. And when we have short time It will help you to give an instant makeover to your document. And this was the basic information about the representation of the tools that you can use. In order to apply this, you have to share different tools and learn about them. So I am sharing this screen where you can see a sample design that will make you understand about the features related to the editing, so as you can know like how editing can be done in a very minimal yet effective way. So this is a design related to mental health awareness. You can pick for any general topic you want to do. And if you want to edit something like this, so you can keep some relevant points in your mind before you do so. So first of all, you need to open the Word app like this. When you open the Word app, you can see a variety of templates already presented. So Word has this tendency to offer you a pre-designed set of documents or templates or brochures, even newsletters, if you want to pick such thing. Just a second. You can even find more templates. But even if you are not like finding a sufficient document for your own choice, you can go to this website, which is mentioned down below. You can find a variety of templates right here, depending upon your category. So see this newsletter one. If you are building a newsletter, you can click the suitable design. I have picked this one for my mental health awareness design. So I'll just get back to the one. You'll download it and it can be directly opened in your computer. So you can edit your template very easily as they are available and accessible very clearly. To go for the editing process, now you have the first and foremost thing that you need to do is selecting your font. The font is something which should be professional and formal in look. So you can either click or pick your font by using this Control plus Shift plus F option, or you can directly go here and you can pick your font style where you have a plenty of font styles and font sizes as well. Next is the most common, if I tell you the most common fonts that you can use for your day-to-day documents could be Calibri or Arial. And next, after finding your perfect font style, you have to select your heading style. Heading style, as you can see right here, they are of different types. They could be like no spacing, title, subtitle, heading 1, heading 2, graphics. They are available. So many of them are available. So you can pick according to your own choice. Next, once we are like done with our typing format, we will switch on to inserting a picture. You can see I've inserted a picture. I'll show you right here, like this is a normal template. If you double click on it, you'll go to this shape fill option. You'll try to add a picture. If you want, you can choose it from a file, stock image, etc. And you can directly insert a picture from your gallery, right? Just a second. Yeah. So once we are done with inserting the picture, you can adjust the color of the picture. You can adjust the borders, the outlines, or any way you want. Just like I've added this wavy line or border. So you can edit it right by clicking on it, and shaping the outline. You can go either by adjusting the sketched borders, or if you want it like this, you can see it's changing. Or even if you want a dashed or a dotted line, it can be easily done. Now, after adjusting the shape outline, you can also check out for the gradients. Gradient is like the changing of the color, the texture of the image. That is also easily done. The third you can see is the insertion of a 3D model. As you can already see, this is a 3D model that I have just inserted related to the topic. Can you see it is rotating or not? Can you guys see if it's rotating?
Yes, we can.
Okay, fine. So in this way, you can even add more of them by clicking on the insert and going to the 3D models. You have a variety of stock models, so you can get access to them depending upon your choice, right? So you can even change the view just as I'm rotating it, and I'm able to change the view of the model. At last, we can also alter the color of the template. Like you can see the template has borders. So they are the fixed borders that we have already received in the template itself. So what you can do is you can adjust the color of the borders depending upon your choice, whatever way you want, just like it's changing. So you can adjust the border color, the borders outlines, and you have a variety of options in there to work from. Next, by adjusting margins, page size orientation, page layouts, they all are accessible options that you can go for by going in the layout tab as well. Right down here. You can adjust the margins, orientation, size, and columns. Fine. Next, apart from this, we can also try adding tables where you can go on the insert option and can add tables, shapes, or any smart art, or even any link or a reference if you are working under some organization. That could be easily done. And you can also add a bookmark, and online videos are also available to add into your document. Then at the end, we know we add references, we add links so that they can also be added by using this option here. You can see the link option is there, a cross-reference option, or even additional comment option is there to add some additional text in it. So this was all about the basic editing tools that we use in the Word document writing. Further, my friend Varinda will assist you in guiding the AI and Quillboard tools that are used in Word editing app. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you are all understood what I've just taught. Thank you.
Thank you, Janshi.
Thank you, Mansi.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I hope I'm visible as well as audible right now. Can I get a quick check?
Yes, Vrinda.
Okay. So I know we are already up the time and it's too much of us to hang on in a place for a long period of time. But I think it's fine because the core of this session is to learn, right? And I recently in the morning I read one of the articles that was mentioning on Satya Nadela's strategy, in which it mentioned that Satya Nadella transformed Microsoft's culture during his decade as a CEO for turning everyone into learn it all instead of know it all. The thing is that you don't need to learn everything. You need to learn everything instead of knowing everything. And for us, it's difficult to know everything, but we have an option to learn everything. And during this session, we as interns are learning. So I think it's good to be a bit more optimistic for 15 to 20 minutes more and bear with me. So I will be speaking on this part of word, that how the word works, and of course, I think that my previous speakers had did it very well so far. So I will be taking the part of AI, that what AI can be used for making your editing in Word much more better. So I will be taking it over by sharing my screen. First of all, let me know that is my screen visible to everyone. I'm just sharing it right now. It's visible. Can I get a verbal yes, because I'm not going to check the chat right now.
No, it's not visible.
It is visible or not? Can you repeat? Okay, it's
It
visible.
is visible.
So as you see, it's a Word document that I have saved in here. So you can see that in here we are I'm having this one article on extensively drug-resistant tuberculosis. It was one of the article I worked on, and as an initial, I just randomly typed whatever I got from net. So this is a rough data, okay? So I need that key, this thing that I'm having in here, I want it to be a bit more enhanced. It should be a bit more well structured. It should not have any grammatical error. And of course, I'm going to publish it in my next issue. So I also want it to be present in a way that would lessen the plagiarism and everything. So what can I do? I'm having this one thing in Word. So the best option of this is to use the AI. So what kind of AI I can use? So I went through searching through a lot of my colleagues and interns as well, and they mentioned that they use this one particular AI called Quillbo. So let's assume that this portion from here, from this extensively drug resistant part to the cure part, this part I want to be edited. So I'm just selecting this part. I'm just for just demo it everything out here. I'm just copying it and just a minute. Okay. So it's visible, right? I have this open this Quillboard app website. It's visible. Okay.
Yes, it
So
is.
this is the Quillboard of like official website they are having. You can go into the Chrome, you can check it down in there, and this you just don't need to. If you want, you can register. You can get a premium of it as well, because that will help you in having a better analysis of the tool. So this Quillboard is a top SSAI tool for all of the editors, mostly because we work a lot of our academic things in Word. So if you use this will help you in long term. So you can see that there is a lot of thing it is providing for you, for academic person, for a writer, for anyone who is working on AI and is using data like writing up and everything. For that, this is the best part. See, there is a these are the the functions of it, like let's say pointers of it, like paraphrasers, grammar checkers, plagiarism checker, AI detector, summarizers, and citation generation. So how does this work? Paraphraser, as we know that we are using a lot of app like Grammarly. Like I myself use Grammarly most often, because whatever you are having a structure, I'm having a very simple structure. It's not formal. I want it to be a bit more sophisticated and bit more appealing. What I will do, I would write this basic sentence in Grammarly, and I will ask it to convert it into a bit more structured form. It will give me a bit more structured form, and you can keep on doing that. This paraphraser work as same. The concept is same, but the thing is that for working Grammarly, you have to go individually to Grammarly. But if you want everything compromised in a one set of box, this is there in Quillboard. So paraphraser work like that. Secondly, we are having grammar checker. How the grammar checker work? Grammar checker checks that your sentence that you have formed is having appropriate grammar. It always also go for checking the punctuation, the full stop, and all the proper verbing form of the grammar that should be present in the sentence, and would suggest you a better way. Plagiarism checker checks the extent of your plag. As you know, as there are a lot of people who are researchers in here, and I think they are much more experienced than me. So I was working with my teacher, and I got once this duty of editing the research paper in such a way that the plag got reduced. So there is a red tag in which you reduce the plag. So the plag need to be reduced to 10 to 15%. But sometimes we use the AI, and because of that, the plag goes on spike high. So this plag checker would help you know that what's the extent of your plag. So that's how the plag checker works. The AI detectors detects that how much AI has been used. For example, if you are an editor, keep everything aside, you are an editor and you want a quality, a worthy, authentic content for your newsletter or for your magazine. So what you will do, you will go for AI detector to check that the person who has submitted that to you has actually put his own idea, or he has went through ChatGPT and Gemini and everything. So that is given that AI detector will help you to get a quality content for your work. The summarizer, what is that? A person has sent you a article for publishing in the magazine. What you can do, you can use the summarizer, copy that everything, paste it in here, and it will give you what the summary of that is, like the crisp and short form. And the citation of a generator is like you are having a URL, you are having your author's name, you are having a book name. You can put it in there and you can get the citation of the whole thing. So just imagine how wonderful that is. So I just gave a short introduction of all these things. Let's dive deep into it because it's always better to see how it works rather than just speaking how it works. So let's go through the paraphraser first. So see, this is how the window will appear to you. First of all, this is the paraphraser, and see everything that the things I have mentioned before is already present in here. The paraphraser part, like this here, it is a paste text. I just pasted my text as I have copied from my Word doc. I was having a messy text and I copied it from here. So what it will do is that, and I will ask it, I got this part is the portal in which you give the command, and the right part is the portal in which you will get a guided thing. So I will ask you to paraphrase it. So see, it has paraphrased it. See, you see there is a big difference between the two. In this part, there is a extensive drug resistant TB. It just started in a way, and in here it has put in a bit more scientific way. Like it's like a severe type of tuberculosis known as extensively drug resistant tuberculosis. It will imbue the interest in the person. Like here it was extensively drug resistant tuberculosis, and here is a severe type of tuberculosis. So it will seek into you like, okay, I know the tuberculosis. What's the extreme side of the tuberculosis? It's actually spiking up the interest of the person to read more. So this is how the paraphrasing works, to encourage the person to get what you are giving. So this is a very good deal if you are working on any of your papers, or if you are working as a editor as well. So this will help you in a long term. I'm not asking for whole of the content to be copy pasted, but some portion, of course, the starting, the ending can be done with the paraphraser part. So that's how the paraphraser works. And for me, it was quite alluring and I liked it because it was compiled in one portion. So the next is the grammar checker. So I just click the grammar checker. I got the same type of cheese, same kind of thing, in which, of course, oh, one point I missed, that in paraphraser, you can see in here, there is this French, Spanish, German, wait a minute. Okay, okay. In this paraphraser, there is this one thing called fluency, natural, formal, academic, simple means what kind of sentence you want to be mentioned. For example, I'm working on a research paper and I want my research paper to be a bit more academic. I will not go for the standard one. I will go for the academic one. And that will give me a academic kind of paraphrase, that in which I don't have to indulge very much of my time into. So it is actually giving you what you want. So that was one of the key point I wanted to mention that skipped my mind. Next is a grammar checker. So you need to check the grammar of your sentence that you have formed and that you have put into your research work or a paper. So here, see, this I have selected the grammar checker portion in here. I will paste the text here. I got it. The text there they have got, and here. So see, because this was the portion my sir has said, in which it has analyzed and said that the score is 98 out of 100. That shows that there is no grammar mistake in here. But actually what happened is that, for example, if I have in here severe, instead of severe, I will go for severe. So it's not correct, right? Severe is not a sentence and it's wrong. So if I use the severe and then check my grammar, then it will show that, see, it's showing severe is wrong. Like there's an underline and just showing that it is wrong. You can go in here and it will show that what's the right part of it is. So see, it is showing it should be severe. So you will go for the severe. So this is how the grammar portion works. Like even the punctuation and everything, because it was edited by my professor, so it's as perfect. So it's showing that there is no mistake. So even if you are perfect, you can, there is no harm, you can come here and check once that is it right or not, and you are you good enough to go ahead. So that's how the grammar checker works. Next is the plagiarism checker. So in the plagiarism checker, as I have already pasted it, my content in here, and it is already showing the plag. It is showing that the plag is 73% match. That means that there is that particular question that I've copied is having 73% of the flag. And as you have I can see there is a pie. In the pie, they are saying that the word is exact identical and it is minor change or it is omitted word. It's showing everything. You know that there 73% flag is there. Okay, I can't put my research paper into publishing. I can go and check it again. So this, of course, there is an advanced AI for the same, but for the basic level, you need to do the paraphrasing, you need to do the grammar checking, and you need to also do the flag check. Then you can come in here because it will help you to do at the very starting. So apart from that, there is a AI detector. In the AI detector, it detects that how extent of your work is AI used, and that I don't think is that a good thing, because it's better that we go AI actually help you to have an idea, but if you could write it on your own, it's much better. So AI detector will, as an editor, if you're publishing, you're taking someone's work to put into your magazine or anything, AI detector would help you to know that is it authentic or not. So moving to the next part is a summarizer. As I mentioned, key summarize, it will keep everything into short form. So if I paste my text here, okay, and I will ask this AI to summarize it for me, because it's very long and I'm kind of lackadaisical person, or I'm into too much into procrastination, I'm not into reading, so I can ask it to summarize for me. See, it was a 4 line sentence. Yeah, a 4 line sentence or paragraph. It has reduced to just a 2.5 sentence. Like it's something very long and deep. But if you want to have general idea that, okay, let me know that is this content relevant for me to read, do I have to read it actually, for then you can use this XRDTB. In this XDRTB, for example, it's a long content, it has short and said me that what it is, what the content is about. I got a summary of it. Even though even if you're working on some work, just like you are having a big paragraph or 2 to 4 paragraph, and you need you need to also write a summary of the same to make your whole content a bit more relevant and bit more appealing. So in that case, you can copy it in here and you will get a summary of that. Of course, you can get a understanding that how I can write from here, if you don't want to copy paste. Also, if you, as you got a summary here, there is this one option called copy. You can copy it in here. You copy it in here, you can go back to the a new Word file, blank document, and you can copy it, paste it in there. So you can copy it and paste it. All the other features I mentioned, there is a copy option available in here, and you can go back to your doc and paste it in there. So this how the summarizer works. And the translator, for example, it's very simple thing. Like many of the articles, many of the things, if you go into, it's mostly in English only, but sometimes it happens that it's in another language. So if you are having a translator, it will translate it directly. Of course, you can go into asking that ki Google Translator bhi to hai, you can go for that as well. But the thing is that you're having everything in here. Like you don't have to go on opening the multiple tabs. Just one tab will go, it is there, and it will give you everything. For example, I'm writing one of like I have to select the language in which my this word is. So recently I learned German, so I will write in German. There's this one called just a minute, it's been happen favor. It's a German word. So I want it to be translated because I don't know what does it mean. It will the translator would let you know that I'm having a fever. So it's just a normal thing. When you go for your work, you can just copy it and paste it in your hand. It will give you a bit more answer, and you know that do I need to work on this work thing or not. So it will help you in editing. Like, do I need to take this sentence or not? That's the part of it. And apart from that, as I mentioned, the citation part works in a way that there is this, you have to enter your URL. You got a URL from the Chrome or Google Scholar or the ResearchGate, you can paste it in here. If it's a book, you can mention the book name. If it's the author, you can mention the book author name, and you can ask it for cite. When you will ask for it to cite, it will give you a proper everything of how it is done. So this is how the Quillboard works, and I think it's very good tool to work, because I will give a live example. My mother is a teacher in senior secondary, and she's in charge of academics and co-curricular activities. She has to recently write reports and notice and lot of things she has in her hand and in her head. So what she does, she go for Quillboard. She write a simple sentence, and she will ask you to write it in an academic form, and it is giving her the result. So when you also might be in a position in which you have to write using Word, you have to write a notice or anything. You maybe your research work or anything you need to ask, but you want that impression should be very strong, because if you're opening up a company or if you're opening up an organization, the first impression lasts longer. So if the impression, your structure of words will actually brings up a lot of audience. So that's how the Quillboard works, and for me it was quite enchanting, quite fascinating, and I liked learning it. And I'm looking forward from you also that you can also use this wonderful AI and make your learning experience much more better and your work in Word much more experience. That's all from our side this day, and I hope that we have clearly helped you out in learning a bit more. Okay, thank you everyone. Manshi, it's over you.
Thank you, Vrinda. I would like to thank all the presenters who helped us to learn today. And the stage is now open for Q&A rounds. First, we'll proceed with the question and answers for Word and then for PPT presentation. So you can post your doubts for the Word presentation first. I see that there are no doubts in the chat box. I guess everyone is clear with the Word presentation. So moving on to the PPT's PowerPoint presentation, as many of them posted the questions in the chat box, they can post it again so that Mohit can answer them. Don't worry, guys, we'll provide with the recordings. Due to lack of time, the sessions were a bit fast forwarded. Don't worry about it.
Okay, Mohammad Atif is asking, is there any AI tool for eye drop effect? No, AI tool is not for eye drop effect. Uh, Eye drop effect is basically present in every software that we'll be using. It is present in, I think, Word. It is present in Canva. It is present in presentation. It is a separate tool which is used to collect the color that you want from any image that you are using uh, in a document. Either it be a presentation or any file from Canva, presentation or any Word file.
Okay, I guess we have a question for Microsoft Word. Is there any add-in option in Microsoft Word? Any of
Yes,
you?
there is an add-in option in Microsoft Word. You can have a look in it by opening the Microsoft Word file, and under the home option, it is there, add-ins option. It is present in every, I think, in every software from Microsoft Office. Excel, presentation, Word, like these three are most commonly used, and I think it is present in every one of them.
Okay, the next question is, other than Quillboard and Grammarly, what other tools can be used?
There are other tools as well. As I was working on the same, I looked into this and I found that there are other tools that work similar. Like there is Word AI, there is Elifras. Elifras is actually having the same. It works as same as a Quillboard, but the Quillboard is being, I guess, released before than this, and is widely approached by the population, and that's why it's more into trend, and more of the editors are into reading it and using it for most often. But Elifras is having the same constituent as it, but the thing is that it is some of the contents of it need to be premium. Like as I mentioned, Quillboard, most of the thing I was able to access and use, but for that it was having a bit a bit barrier. And apart from that, Word AI is also an application that's also gives such kind of things. And there is a lot of other apps as well. There is one more that I'm not remembering, but of course I will share the list of the apps in the groups as well for you to refer. But Quillboard is quite good. I found it very good. That's why I used it for presenting. Because for us as a beginners, it is much more efficient. And with the increase in time and with the increase of practice, we can go on using other apps as well. So I hope I answered your question.
Are there any more questions, guys? If you have any more doubts, you can just type it in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask the doubts. Meanwhile, I would request all the participants to fill the attendance form, which is submitted in the chat box. The attendance will be marked from the same, and you will receive the participation certificates on the basis of the attendance form only. So it is a request that everyone fill the form.
Also, it is a request while filling the form, please write a complete name and correct name so that you won't have any mistakes in the certificates.
I guess there are no more questions, so we would conclude the session. Thank you, Mohit. Thank you, Vrinda. Thank you, Janshi. Thank you, Priya. Four of you were amazing today, and you actually guided us throughout the PowerPoint and Word. Guys, we need to join the session tomorrow at the same time. We'll be having a session on Canva tomorrow. Thank you everyone for joining, and as well as the presenters. Thank you, Samriddhi ma'am and Ajit Singh sir, to provide us this platform to learn. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. With that, we are concluding this session.